All right, looks like we're live. So, all right, hello everybody. I'm RyanFord. If you didn't know already, because I'm back for the third time on here on Retrothon 2025. Yeah, if you caught the Mario 64 run on Thursday or the Super Metroid run on Friday, then yeah, I'm the same guy. I'm here. The very slightly different shirt. All right, anyway, yeah, so this time I do have a commentator with me, so if you want to introduce yourself.
Of course. Hello everyone, rolling in for this Donkey Kong Country 2 Warpless run by my man RyanFord. Name's Mark. I run all three games. I mostly run DKC2 for the most part. So for the next hour or so, you're gonna see some serious monkey business, and we're gonna roll deep.
Yep. I forgot to post in the Speedrun Discord again about this run, but oh well, it's too late now. All right, so yeah, all right, I'll let you count me down. I have control of the timer this time, so.
All right, cool. So I'll do a countdown from 5, and I'll start you on go. How about that?
All right, sounds good.
All right, cool. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, and we're off.
All right, good luck. Have fun, and of course, roll deep.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, so you were commentating for me on Friday for a previous event as well, right before the Super Metroid run. So back at it again.
Yeah, I'm kind of like your main commentator, I guess.
Hey yo. But yeah, what was I gonna say? All right, I guess to talk about the run. It's my bad for sidetracking, but.
It's fine. So on the more serious note, so what does warpless entail? So we do not allow the use of developer intended warps. You're not allowed to do wrong warping, and also we do not allow to enter bonus barrels as well. So it's already much different from any percent. And the main form of movement is rolling, and you want to try to maximize your time as rolling as much as possible. You want to roll as many enemies as possible consecutively, up to a maximum of 4, which gives you a massive speed boost.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, this first couple levels are actually not easy in warpless, to be honest. I find myself resetting a lot in like a lot of these early stages, like when grinding out runs.
Yeah, exactly. And also regarding rolling, if you just do a normal roll without rolling to any enemies, at the end of the roll, you're just gonna completely stop. So what runners do is that you simply cancel the end of the roll by jumping, and you keep doing that continuously to make sure you keep the highest speed possible. Yeah,
exactly. It's what we call a dead roll if you just let the roll complete and you end up stopping. So yeah, we don't want that because it's slow.
Worth pointing out that regarding warpless, regarding DKC2, there are quite a good amount of differences between version 1.0 and 1.1 of the game. Ryan, you're playing on 1.1 again, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are quite a couple of differences, even though optimally I will say warpless is run on 1.0 because of a trick called Castle Climb. You can still run warpless on 1.1 just fine.
Yeah, like compared to the optimal routing, it's like a bit over a minute slower, but
yeah, this top sail here. So what Ryan is doing is a trick that we call the Ratley double jump. So you hold A and you tab B, and you're actually able to do get much higher jumps than normal with Ratley. There are two variants of this: the short hop, and there's actually the true double jump, and they're about 3 frames each to be able to get a lot more height a lot faster than usual. Thank you for not getting the soft lock. You scared me a little bit because I found that a little bit too close.
Yeah, I kind of autopiloted, so I didn't even do like the safety strat. Oh my gosh. As I was about to hit the goal, I'm like, uh-oh, I forgot. And then It's like, well, if I get punished, I get punished. But anyway, sorry, talk about Crow.
Okay, so Crow here, biggest instance of RNG, so 1 real, okay, no fake so far. Oh, fakeless, very nice.
Oh my god, two
Crow,
two marathons in a row.
You'll have to see it. So Crow, this boss is the biggest instance of RNG. It's a 50-50 to gather a real egg or a fake egg, and this boss can decide to just screw you over at any point and just give you a bazillion fakes if it wants. This boss is awesome. But Ryan got very lucky and got two real eggs, one after the other. That's basically as good as it can get.
Yep. My PB for fake eggs is 14.
14.
Yeah.
Good lord. Ouch.
I've had it like 3 times. I've had 14. I would like to get more once, like, you know, once you're at that point of getting that many, then you just kind of don't reset to like see if you get fakes PB. Really competitive category, you know.
For record, for fake egg is like 20, 21, something like that. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's actually insane. Yeah, that's a lot of that's losing out on a lot of coin flips in a row. So
yeah, but now the big boy, very nice. So what Ryan did there is what we call a big boy. It's just a nickname we give it, but it's actually called a team throw double jump, where whenever you team up and you throw your Kong at an enemy, and your Kong, after killing the enemy, your Kong comes back to you. You have a small frame window to do a double jump.
No, it's so close. That one's actually hard.
Another one.
That one's hard, so I don't
yeah, unfortunately.
Not surprised that I missed it, to be honest.
Yeah, that one is harder than the first one that Ryan did.
Yeah, it's super tight, and also if you're like way too early on the throw, then you can just lose Dixie entirely. Because the guy will shoot her, so it can be dangerous like that, because you could end up just like dying in a split second too if you mess up badly enough. Or fall down.
Even with that,
but yeah, sorry.
Even with that failed big boy, the second one, that was still a pretty good 2-2, so not bad.
Yeah, overall pretty solid.
But Lava Lagoon, one of the couple of underwater stages. The main gimmick here is that clappers, there are friendly seal cools down the water to be able to keep going.
Yep.
Yeah, that section right there that Ryan is doing with 2 Kongs is a little bit laggy. You just want to be mindful of it. EKC2 isn't a very laggy game, but there are some instances where the game can lag a lot, and you actually just saw one just before the halfway point of Lava Lagoon.
Yep. If you grab that halfway barrel with both Kongs too, oh my god, it like lags the game even harder because of like the particles of the barrel breaking and stuff. Yeah, it turns into a real slideshow.
Exactly.
So kind of like slowed down to go in between the midpoint barrel and not grab it.
But that was still pretty good.
Yeah, solid overall.
Yep. But now we're on Red Hot Ride, which is one of the biggest run killers in the Worm Plus for a very good reason. So what Ryan will be doing is we're gonna be doing a couple of dangerous Rambi supercharge. It's pretty difficult. So alright, initial charge, which is a 1 to 5 frame window. Rambi double jump to be able to make it on that blue balloon. But now that's where the black magic happened, taking the beetle, clutching the beetle on the slope to get an invisible object, and using that invisible object to move the signpost backward to be able to play as Rambi on the second half of the stage. Very nice. And now it's another set of difficult Rambi supercharge to make it to the end.
Whew. All right, made it through.
Hey, and then the marathon special right there. Very nice.
Yeah, it just loses 4 seconds about. But I always got to show it off in a marathon. You know, I think I was actually technically ahead of my PB until I did that just now.
Nice, but that was well done.
For the swag.
That's just so. But yeah, as you just saw, this is what happens when you bring an animal body to the ankle target. It's just the Kong that's riding the animal body will just take the color palette of the animal body. But it's just a neat palette glitch.
Yeah, so you're normally never able to get an animal buddy onto the goal in the game, but thanks to doing a move your signpost TM, yeah, we were able to get Rambi all the way to the end. Using those hot air balloons is really slow. So if you make a mistake and like lose Rambi at all in that level, then yeah, you're looking at losing like a minimum of 30 seconds and most likely more than that.
Yeah, as I said, it's a pretty notable run killer in Warpless.
Yep.
But now we're on the Cleaver, so another boss with a small, there's a small instance of RNG. It's not that much, but just depends on where the cannonball spawn. That was a good cannonball spawn.
Yep.
You can, it's minor. It's not that much compared to like Crow.
Yeah, it's like
now,
difference of like 1 to 2 seconds for like RNG overall for this fight.
Yep, a lava fly, very nice. Just do a jump from you make a jump all the way across with gliding with Dixie, and you buffer your jump on the ledge to make it across.
Yep.
But as a side effect of doing that, you have to wait for Cleaver's attack animation to be completed a good way through. If not, if you hit Cleaver too early on the 4th hit, you can soft lock the boss fight. Also, a nice flying ditty for the fans. Always appreciated.
Flying ditty, by the way.
Yep, flying ditty for the fans. Always appreciated.
Yeah, sir. So yeah, overall pretty solid so far. But yeah, usually we talk in the start of World 3, we usually talk about how there's like no more dev intended warp barrels, but since I've been running warpless, then haven't been taking any at all. So
yep. But
yeah.
We have some Rambi action right now, and I will say I hate Rambi, so heck Rambi.
Yeah, can we get a heck Rambi?
Yep, dismounting Rambi just before the signpost to avoid some freeze frame from despawning Rambi. And now Ryan is actually team throwing his Kongs into the arrow barrel, and that stores the super jump, and Ryan will actually take damage on the upcoming cloak to be able to gain a lot of vertical height, and then will glide all the way across that swamp section with Dixie.
Oh, no G.
No
this
G.
time?
No G. Unfortunate.
Can't believe it. Might as well reset. You know, technically it's optimal to actually like miss the G because you like land a little sooner, so you like save a couple frames.
But ironically, getting the G is a good visual cue that like you're guaranteed to get swamp fly. That swamp fly saves about 6 seconds over just taking the getting shot out of the arrow barrel.
Yeah.
In that section.
Yeah, because it the arrow barrel like auto scrolls over, so you can't speed it up. So yeah, we can only barely skip it with the damage boost plus Dixie hover to make it across.
But we're now on Glimmer's Galleon. So I like to say that a lot of people like to say this is basically Croctopus Chase from DKC1 on steroids, and for a good reason, because as in any underwater stages, you want to cut the corners as closely as possible. If you happen to bonk into a wall, well, you lose all your momentum, and you have to build your momentum again.
I just bonked 2 times. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Oh, that hit is it's not the worst, but it's not a good hit to take, but it's not the worst.
Yeah.
Because I do want to swap Kongs at the end of the level, so now I don't have to do this hard goal swap right here and just run onto the goal instead.
Just light up the barrel.
Yeah,
but doing corners poorly in the Glimmer's Galleon can lose you from 10 seconds to full seconds loss. It can be pretty frustrating.
Yeah, sir.
Hardest level to optimize in the entire game.
Yeah, unironically, even though it's like just like simply swimming, but yeah, you really have to be good about like taking corners and like not going too wide as well. Oh my god. My muscle memory, I almost like went for the wrong word. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so Crackhead Clamber, as we like to affectionately call it, Crackhead.
Yep.
In 90%, it's a good stage. In 80%, you would do finish it off with a wrong warp, but in Warplace we can do that. So we just do the stage as normal. And the small difference between 1.0 and 1.1 is the crocodile heads the crocodile head platforms is that they're actually easier to clip through on 1.0 compared to 1.1. But that was still a good stage, Ryan. Well done.
Yep. Yeah, slightly safer on 1.1 as well. Because of mostly the back half of the level.
True.
Yeah,
but at this stage,
yeah, go
ahead. Rattle Battle, infamous stage for its horrible hitboxes and its overall jank. We have in the community, we have the Snaker Guy minigame. Then this level has some of the worst and egregious hitboxes I've ever seen in any game. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yep, the community meme, so we'll post a screenshot of like a frame or a couple frames away from Ratley interacting with an enemy, and then the community has to bet who's gonna win the interaction between the snake or guy. So it's really funny. I gotta revive it again because people sounded really hyped last time I brought it back like 2 years ago. Because it hadn't been going on for a while, and then I was grinding the game around that time, so again, so then kind of started posting some pictures that look funny.
So Slam Climb, so what Ryan did at the beginning is actually swapping, doing a Kong swap underwater. That's sort of super jump, and as you saw, Ryan took damage on one of the beetles afterward and gained a lot of height, and that you go fast too. But as a side effect of doing that super jump is that throughout the levels, there are triggers that make the water rise, and you basically entirely skip them. And so there's the water at the point where Ryan is, the level is still very low, so Ryan cannot afford to fall down. It's not, if Ryan falls down, you basically lose a lot of time, or you even have to take a death.
Yeah, in some cases.
Oh yeah, super big boy. You love to see it.
Hey. Yeah, I failed that in the last marathon run, so glad I got it this time.
The redemption, very nice. So a super big boy is just simply doing a team throw double jump, but killing 2 enemies instead of 1.
Yep.
But we're now on the stage that with the music that makes everyone remember their childhood. So.
Press 1 if you remember your childhood, or if you had a childhood. Yeah, so there's been some tech I've been doing, except for this last one here. If the barrel is facing the direction that I already want to go, then you have a 3-frame window where you can shoot before it moves away from the cycle. So we call that a quick shot. So I got all of them except the last one, so not bad.
But upcoming trick here, the vine clip.
Okay, I thought I was gonna mess that
up. But you got it though. That was very nice.
Yes, sir.
So what vine clip is, you basically do a big boy from the clamp on. You need to get the maximum height possible from that big boy, and when you reach a certain position on the top vine, you're able to team throw to the vine. You're able to clip through it.
Mm-hmm.
Saves about 10 to 12 seconds.
Yeah, skips what we call the maze of shame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's another backup to skip, or 2 backups that you can do to skip the maze of shame, but they're both considerably slower than that vine clip.
Yeah, but you still have a good amount of backups for vine clip if you fail the initial one, so that's
yeah, and the other 2 are easier too.
True. But we're now on this boss, Cudgel. Most boring boss in the game. There isn't much you can do to make this fight go faster, but what Ryan is doing is something that we call the quick hits, is that when you grab the TNT barrel, you count like Dixie's breath or oscillation, whatever you want to call her Dixie up and down movement, and is actually able to hit Cudgel as early as possible. But in total, those only save like 2 seconds over the course of the fight, so and it's pretty boring, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like about a third of a second per quick hit on average. So all right, cool, I got it. Yeah, you can lose like upwards of 10 seconds like anytime you fail getting that hit, because you have to repeat that cycle if you lose the TNT barrel. And yeah, so you'll lose like upwards of 10 seconds like on a cycle, so it's scary.
Yeah, but you get them all, so nice job.
Yeah, sir. Thank you.
Oh, no DD Hornet this time around.
Nah, I failed it too badly last time.
Alright, fair enough.
Or I didn't get hit last time, but I like slowed down a bunch, so it like I lost time doing Diddy Hornet over Dixie Hornet last time. So.
But we're now moving on into a World 4, and Hornet Hole here introduces the honey mechanic, and the honey jumping from a wall is arguably one of the hardest basic mechanic to master in the entire game, I would say. But now actually setting up for what we call the scrolly scroll. Nice.
I thought I messed that up, but fortunately not.
Yeah, thank goodness you didn't fail. So what happened with Scrolly Scroll is that you saw Ryan make a platform under the hook, was able to dismount Squitter and then remount Squitter right at the position of the hook, and for some reason the camera scrolls forward extremely fast, and you cancel it out by actually taking damage to be able to proceed.
Mm-hmm.
That saves about 6 seconds, but there's a downside of doing Scrolly Scroll is that you can, if you don't do the setup properly or you don't time your jumps properly, you can actually get stuck in a wall and you essentially soft lock.
Yeah, I can just yeah, exactly. And I haven't saved the game at all at this point, so
True.
Definitely want to avoid soft locking. But yeah, like me personally, I've never like soft locked there in a run, fortunately. Like, no, I've seen it happen, so I know what it looks like. Like, I've seen it happen to people, so
I had it happen a couple of times on my end, so it's painful.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, like one in like with my like with save states, like I tried to like purposely get myself soft locked, so like I guess that's like the one time that I've like done the soft lock. Just try and like get a hold of the timing so that hopefully I would like, you know, wouldn't end up doing it in a run kind of thing.
Yeah, but thankfully you have the new dev exit to bail out. True. If that happens.
Well, yeah, very true. So it's like not a true soft lock anymore.
Yeah, but in any case, we're on Target Terror, an auto scroller. There isn't much to talk about this stage. The only thing you can do to go faster is just trying to dismount the skull card as early as possible. And there's a couple of flitter skips that you can do, but that's basically it. And of course you went for Swag Balloon. Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, only in marathons and dead runs, even though this run is certainly not dead for PB attempts currently. But yeah, there's a split in the community about getting the Swag Balloon or to say no to swag. Because if you hit that X barrel, then the door will close and then you lose a Kong, so you just waste time for no reason.
Well, yeah, you lose like 3 or 4 seconds if you fail Swag Balloon, so it's something like that. So
yeah,
most people did say no to swag, and I'm on that camp, unfortunately. Say no to swag.
Yeah, same generally, but yeah, sometimes I'll like mess around with it. Oh, I should have showed off the that signpost skip actually. Even though with the route I'm doing, it's technically suboptimal, but barely though. Because yeah, if you're doing the Castle Crush climb with 1.0, then you're supposed to do the signpost skip optimally.
Oh, I see.
Because you want Dixie in front so that you can set up in the next level for the auto jump glitch.
I still to this day don't even understand how the auto jump thing was even discovered.
I know, right?
I'm still baffled. I'm still baffled how this is even an actual thing.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. Like, yeah, and the fact that like someone actually figured out like how it like the auto jump state toggles on and off every like 9 minutes while the game is running.
Yeah,
It's like weird.
the Japanese community found that out, and I was just how did even figure something out like that? That's
Yep. So
that's impressive.
the first guide on the Castle Crush climb was like, oh, it was on like Tonkatsu's like blog post, so it was all in Japanese, and I was like, all right, I don't want to try to use Google Translate to like learn this trick, so that's kind of why I haven't learned it yet. Even though there's like a guide in English now for it with more visuals and stuff, but I just haven't gotten around to learning it yet though.
Yeah.
I figure it might take me like at least a week to learn, so I just haven't bothered yet.
Same. If I run Warpless again, I still want to push it as much as I can, or 1.1.
That's fair. And yeah, like, yeah, admittedly, I haven't run Warpless in like almost 3.5 years until like all you guys running these marathons accepted Warpless, so for no glitches allowed and for Retrothon, so
hey,
yeah, so I came back to the category for for about a week.
Nice. So now we're on the Mudhole Marsh. This is one of the this is a hard stage, but it's a very complete stage. You got everything: rolling, jumping, rolling onto the swamp. And 90% you would finish it off with a wrong warp, but warpless were not allowed, so we're just gonna do the stage as normal. And Under the World just at the halfway point. Stays about like a second and a half. It's pretty dangerous because since you do not touch the halfway barrel, so
I messed up. It's okay. I really don't want to die because I skipped the halfway barrel too, doing Under the World
exactly.
this time. So, you know, I don't want to do the whole level over. All right, another error there. Picking up the crate, so yeah, be careful.
That's fine, but still, that was still a pretty good mud hole. That was nice.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Friday's marathon run, I died like twice in that level, so good to get through Deathless this time.
All right, so Ramby Rumble now. So there's gonna be a big boy at the beginning here. Yep, the standard big boy to reach the hook from below there. Very nice.
Yep. Yeah, there's like a faster strat called Via Boy that you can do, but it's a run killer if you miss, so I never really go for it in runs.
I actually tried to practice it for a bit, but I'm still on it. I'm just not able to get it. I'm just really inconsistent still at it, so I just resort to the standard big boy.
Yeah, like I really lack the confidence to do it in runs at this point. I wanted to try and get Death Jump this time, but didn't get the setup, so at least I probably shouldn't die in this level, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the death jump is kind of swag though. You know, it saves so little time for how risky it is.
Yeah, say 0.4.5 seconds or you straight up die.
Yep.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of tricks at the top level runs in DKC2. Yeah, you barely save any time. If you fail, you just lose way too much, or you just straight up instantly die.
Yep. Speaking of which,
now,
never sleep on the king.
Yeah, never sleep on the king. So, King's Instinct, no way from 1.0 to 1.1. On 1.0, this boss is much slower, so you have to adjust your movement accordingly.
Yep. And yeah, since most categories are on 1.1, then I'm kind of just doing like my standard muscle memory for this fight, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, whenever we're fighting this on 1.0, like even though it should be easier because he moves slower, it's like harder because it's like awkward because he's slower than normal, so
yeah, exactly.
And then Crow 2 as well, the next boss. It's also slower on 1.0, which actually has like soft lock risks potentially. So
yeah, on 1.0 specifically, yeah. On 1.1, no, there's none of that issue.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah, like 1.0, you have to like intentionally go slow a couple times to like not like bonk him and soft lock potentially. So it's kind of funny.
But moving on into World 5, I would say this is the best world to speedrun, but at the same time, it's one of the most, I would say, arguably one of the most dangerous because it's so easy to die in, to just instantly die. I like to call this world just World 5, just instant death straight up, because there's a lot of bottomless pits.
So true. Yeah, it's actually suboptimal to get Dixie back there. This time I actually tried to skip it, which hey, I might have died if I did skip it.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a sign I made a sign for from above for me making a mistake there. Because the reason is because when you have a solo Kong, when you jump on this cart, then it starts driving immediately. But if you have two Kongs, then you have to wait for the Kong in the back to also like jump onto the cart, and then it'll start moving.
Well, it turns out getting that extra Kong just turned out well.
Yeah, since I climbed up the rope into the enemy by accident instead of jumping off the rope. Because
yeah.
when you're maneuvering on ropes, so if you hold up, you'll climb a rope, but also if you hold the jump button, then you'll climb the rope. So, but to jump off the rope, you have to hold the direction away, like a horizontal direction away from the rope, and press jump to jump off it. So I guess I didn't get my right input or something, because yeah, then I guess when I was pressing B, it made him climb up the rope into the enemy. So
yeah, they do be like that sometimes. But we're on the Haunted Hall right here, so not auto scroller, but what Ryan is doing those specific jumps, and it's not for swag. You can actually save about at least 2 or 3 seconds by doing these little jumps that Ryan is doing. And a small difference from the North American to the Japanese version, there's one less B in the Japanese version.
Yeah, that part where I went on that little straightaway and jumped over the single B on the straightaway, there's 2 Bs there on the North American version, but yeah, in Japanese there's only 1 to jump over, so it doesn't really affect your time or anything. It's just slightly easier to jump over 1. You know, there is a community myth about how that single B's hitbox is larger than normal, but it's funny.
Apparently, but that is that depends, I guess, on who you ask.
I love that myth. It's like it's just so like stupid. Oh man.
But moving on to Gusty Glade. So the main mechanic here is the wind mechanic, and it's not RNG, it's position based. So you try to use the wind to your advantage as much as possible.
Yep. Yeah, and fortunately I don't have to do the wrong warp in this level. It's like probably like the 3rd hardest wrong warp in the game.
Oh goodness, that wrong warp is stupidly hard. And now it team turn to the barrel here to set up a Kong swap at the end, because whenever you team throw a Kong into a barrel, that's actually set up what we call an airborne state, and whenever you Kong swap, as Ryan just did at the end, you can immediately trigger the angle target, and you're able to do a Kong swap to be able to have the proper Kong in the lead. And in this case, you want to have Dixie for Parachute Panic and PCP for short, and the best level to show off in any DKC2 speedrun. So you have the purple parrots that slow down your descent. They're called quacks, but we don't need them. We're just gonna fall down through the entirety of the stage.
Yep. Want to minimize your time on quacks and minimize your time hovering with Dixie as well to speed up this level.
That's true.
I did one like long hover because I like messed up my movement at one point, but not ultra long though, at least.
Yep. You got the headbutt, and there you go. Very nice. That was clean. You love to see it.
Definitely a party trick level. Just like show
Yeah.
show off to people that like love the game and be like, hey, look, ma, no hands.
But we're now on the webwoods and oh, okay, thank goodness. Ooh, okay, that was a little bit close, but we're fine.
Oh my gosh. I didn't get blown up at least from that mistake.
So webwoods, definitely one of the hardest levels in the game. It's very difficult because as you can see what Ryan is doing with the squitter, this is something that is called the instant platform by pressing L and R at the same time. And it's very difficult because you cannot just spam your instant platforms. You have to wait a little bit. There's a small cooldown period. You have to wait before doing another instant platform. And trying to do that optimally while trying to move and also killing every enemies at the same time. There's a lot to be mindful of in this stage.
My dead. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't adjust for the slight lag that happened there as the bird was about to dive. So then I jumped too early because I was like running towards the edge of the web platform to jump. And then yeah, I went barely too early because of like the slight slowdown. I didn't accommodate for that.
Yeah, as I said, it's very difficult because of all the things you have to keep in mind regarding this level. Another thing that Ryan is doing is also, you hate to see it.
What do I do here actually? Because I ended up up here too. It's really bad. Okay, I'm gonna slow down here and just there you go. Oh, I'm getting this stupid camera glitch too. Oh my gosh. Because yeah, so some of those webs were automatically opening because of like when you're on like a specific camera tile, there's like a bug where it like instantly opens your web. So I like couldn't progress like even like safely because of that.
Yeah, I hate that thing really. That auto web. I really hate it when it happens.
Same with when I died. I also got that auto web to happen. So then the jump I did was a little more risky, but like I should have been able to make it still despite that, but it gave me less of a window because of like the bug. Oh, all right, well. All right, well, don't get hit.
So we're on the Crow 2, so another instance of RNG. It depends on where the barrel will spawn. Oh, right spawn. It can spawn the right, middle, or left. Ideally, right or middle are ideal. You don't want to have left spawn at all.
Yeah.
So you scared me a little bit.
Yeah, I like instantly grabbed that one rope when I jumped. Holy moly. Yeah, so middle, right is best RNG, but I got like second best luck.
Oh no,
for this
he died! Nah, just kidding.
Yeah, since I accidentally went into the barrel after I lost Diddy, then I was like, all right, well, I guess I can show off the fake death now. So
yeah, Zombie Dixie, as it's also called.
Yeah, I didn't mean to show it off, but it just like the circumstances came up, and I was like, well, I guess I can. So why not, right?
Yeah. Now we're going for this, which is what we call Arctic Zip. So what Ryan is doing, you actually went way far ahead to make sure the water is as a high enough. It's actually rising high enough. But now Ryan is actually baiting the logjam all the way back to the anger transformation barrel that he skipped. Kong swapping to the wall and getting hit at the same time while swapping and while one of the Kongs are on the wall and taking damage. It will make the Kong zip all the way up immediately directly where there's the angle target. And yeah, of course, that's stupid beetle.
Oh my gosh.
With the well. So much fun.
I usually die the other way to like that second beetle that some of the community calls the RNG beetle, where you like roll into it, but then you like bonk off it instead of killing it and rolling through it.
Yeah, but it's kind of ridiculous sometimes.
That beetle, I just ran into him because I didn't roll for no reason. It's kind of funny. At least that was a really short death, though.
Yeah, thankfully. But just going back to the Arctic Zip, so the thing about Arctic Zip is that the angle target is directly above where the just one platform above, I guess, to say one ceiling above the starting room. And so by zipping, you can actually just just get directly where there's the angle target and just do one jump, and then you finish the stage. Also, nice little skip there.
Thank you.
Nice little damage boost to give a portion of the stage.
Yep.
If you're playing on the USA 1.0, this damage boost does not work. It's fine on Japanese 1.0, every versions of 1.1, but for some reason that damage boost does not work on the USA 1.0. Your camera gets soft lock and you're unable to progress unless, well, you just take a death on the cutlass that is still loaded on the platform.
Yeah. Or the new dev exit, either or.
True. Which is something I'll touch on just a little bit later. On the next level, which is Castle Crush. Arguably the most broken level in the entire game, because, well, there's multiple wrong warps you can. Well, there's a wrong warp you can do. There's actually a goal summon you can do, but since we're in warpless, we can't do that. So we have to. You have to do it all the way through. But if you were playing on 1.0, there's actually a trick called the castle climb, where you abuse a certain state in the game that is called the auto jump state, and you basically abuse a frame perfect trick for free to go much faster than the crusher. But since Ryan is on 1.1, this is not available to us.
Yeah, and yeah, doing that castle crush climb saves like about a minute on this level, but it also makes it like the most difficult level in this category as well.
Doing castle climb is brutal. There's no one. I don't know how else to describe it. It's brutal.
Yeah, like for the top level runners, like the castle crush climb like kills runs a lot, because if you make like one mistake, then your run's probably over at that point. So, but instead, I get to kind of take it easy on 1.1. But this is the longest auto scroller though in like the entire like DKC series. Oh, I forgot to team throw. Whoops. To speed this part up a little, but that's my bad.
Yeah, Castle Crush here is about a 4.5 minute auto scroller. Unfortunate.
Dang. Okay, well. Yeah, so you can speed up that part by doing what's called the 2-1 jump I was doing. You want to get what's called 2-1 lotto. So the 2-1 jump itself is a all right, I guess I'll explain the dev exit first, I guess, and then I'll explain 2-1 lotto after.
All right, so what the dev exit is, it was actually found like a few months ago. It's actually like a kind of debug code that was left by developers. By you pause and you input a certain sequence of inputs, and you can actually exit out of the stage.
Yeah.
It's similar to the start select mechanic, where whenever you enter a completed stage and you press start select to exit out of the stage. It's basically the same thing, but you can do it on any stage that has not been completed as well. It just sends you back to the world map, to the overworld, and that's it.
Yep.
So this is what Ryan did, and just to make simply to make the crusher respawn faster. Saves about like what, 15 seconds, 20 seconds now.
I think so. If you get the like the 2-1 lotto that I failed, then I think it's about that much. What we used to do was grab get the midpoint barrel, and then we would die on purpose to let the crusher catch up. But doing the dev exit is faster than dying. Oh, I appreciate the shout out, but my Twitch is Ryan_Ford522. So that's a mystery person that's getting the shout out right now. Yeah, because I figure on the Hararo schedule it just says RyanFord, one word on it. So.
But yeah, the castle climb on 1.0 is you use a trick that's exclusive to 1.0 called the infinite team throw, which is normally one frame with a frame perfect trick, but with the auto jump state active, you can actually do it infinitely as long as you're holding the jump button. But if you do that, you have to dodge every single enemies. You have to really time your team throws well, and it's brutal.
Yeah, there's like a like grabs it faster because her jump, I guess, is lower slightly than you can like get up those chain links really fast and outrace the bee. But
Oh, hold up, Ryan. Can you pause for a moment, Ryan?
oh, what's up?
I just
Yeah.
noticed that the mainstream was yeah. Just give me a just.
Okay, yeah, I just saw the chat. Okay. Oh, I think we're back.
Okay, oh yeah, we're back. So sorry for interrupting you. So you can go back. So we're back. So you can resume. Sorry,
Okay.
everyone.
All right.
Also, sorry for pausing you, Ryan.
Nah, you're good. Oh, so I think you missed all of like chain link chamber maybe, and possibly what's the other level? Clapper's Cavern maybe.
Yeah, Clapper's Cavern. Unfortunately, for some reason, the stream decided to not cooperate. That's weird.
Yeah, I can safely say it wasn't on my end this time, but that's unfortunate. Obviously,
Yeah, but
hate to see tech issues, but you know, it's hard for it to not happen at events, of course.
Yeah, unfortunate. But the show must go on, as they say. But we're on the Toxic Tower, so arguably the most technical stage of the entire game, especially with the first Ratley section, where you're using the Ratley's double jump to go much faster than normal. But now we're actually onto the second section with the squawks.
Yep.
Easier, but still it's can be pretty easy to die in.
Yeah, I've certainly choked runs on this part, and
Yeah, Choke City. I call this stage a Choke City for a good reason.
yep, it's part of what the community calls the gauntlet. It's like a bunch of these like tough stages in a row.
Yeah, CLC, Toxic, and then Screech. Because those are three difficult levels back to back, especially you're on a good pace, and then you have your You're also nervous because you don't want to mess up. So everything just can't bounce together. So it can be difficult.
Yep. All right, so into the pretty much second last level before it's the last level before the final boss at this point. So if I don't die in this level, then we're probably a bit under 5 minutes away from the end of the run.
All right, so now Ryan was he's gonna be doing something called the race skip.
Hey,
no turn back either. Nice. So by just flying over Screech, you can avoid the start, the countdown to the start of the race. Saves about like 1.5 to 2 seconds depending on how well you do it. We don't get the cool music, but we got the beautiful music.
All right, hopefully I don't die.
Oh, you got bearing skip, props. You actually went for it. Cool.
Yeah, I fortunately have like some pretty standardized movement for that skip particularly. So like I get it most of the time. Certainly not 100%, but like pretty damn close to.
But that was damn good. Well done. And also, one more thing regarding Screech's sprint is that the Bramble hitboxes are pretty deceiving. There are some spots in particular that are the hitboxes are completely ridiculous. They extend far out than what the actual Brambles.
Yep. Ooh, I think if we ended up not pausing, I think I was gonna be like very close to PB for this run. Well, assuming that I don't mess up in this fight, but.
Well, I've seen some chokes happen on Carol, and I choked a few times on Carol, unfortunately, because I get too greedy.
Right.
Speaking of, well,
oh wait, no, I did the math badly. Never mind. It's like a minute behind my PB, roughly. Never mind. Which makes sense. I did die like twice, I think, in this run. So.
You died. Wait, what were the deaths again? You died in the
Webwoods and
Webwoods?
the start of Windy Well as well.
Oh yeah, true.
Ran into the beetle.
But they were not on the key roll, so basically a glorified cutscene, and also my nice spot. That's a nice spot to dodge every single.
Yep.
Every single spiky cannonballs. Nice.
Yeah, the first and third shot are really low, so you have to jump over those ones. But then all the rest of them you can just crouch under them if you're in that spot. I kind of use that whatever this yellow thing in the background is, like. I kind of crouch at the edge of it. Yeah. Yeah, like right to the right edge of it, pretty much.
Nice. But as I said earlier, this is essentially a glorified cutscene. Not much to do. You can do to speed it up, except trying to throw the cannonball into Kiro's blunderbuss as early as possible.
Yep.
This is what we call the dustless throws.
Well, I just lost my PB now. It's over.
Hey, we got the blue monkeys. Very nice.
Yeah.
This is just for swag, but you can do it on every single other colored smoke, I think.
I think so.
To get the rainbow monkeys, I guess.
Oh shoot! I've never like learned how to do it on the other colors. I gotta mess around with that later.
Yeah, getting the colored monkeys is swag, but unfortunately, as you just saw, well, it will just take you a little bit of extra time before progressing. You lose about 2 to 4 seconds depending on the phase. Yeah. And jumping over the purple smokes right here, just stand at the spot that Ryan is standing and just jump over them. Easy.
Yep. Yeah, there's like a spot further back where you can also do the same thing and just jump over, but. I just use a visual cue with the floor, like pretty much standing over in front of like the metal part of the floor where this cannonball spawned, like pretty much right there is like the cue I used to stand.
And time coming up.
Yep, so time when the creme coin touches me. Time.
53.3. Not bad. That was a pretty good run.
Yeah, pretty solid. Yeah, my PB's 51:42, so yeah, it's like a minute and 20 seconds behind, roughly. So it's including like stopping for a while when the stream froze. So
Yeah, true. You would have gotten to 52 on fly. Unfortunately, I asked you to stop because, well, the stream was like, unfortunately, the main stream, fortunately crashed for a bit, and then were able to resume. So
exactly.
Sorry about that.
Who here wants me to play those 2 levels y'all missed? I'm just teasing.
But GG, nice run once again, Ryan.
All right, yeah, thank you all, and thank y'all for the GGs, and thank you, Mark, again for commentating for me this weekend.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah, much appreciated. Yeah, Warpless, I think is a pretty fun category. Like, yeah, I PB'd by like a bit over a minute on crap, it was either Sunday or Monday this week, and but yeah, I hadn't run this category in like almost 3.5 years by that point, so like my movement was a lot better at relatively compared to back then. So yeah, so I managed to like steamroll my PB, fortunately. So yeah, I probably wouldn't have run it for a while still if y'all didn't take these runs into your marathons. So thanks for pushing me to get that PB. Barely broke inside the top 10 now too, so that's cool.
Yeah, you actually bought me.
Did I?
Yeah, I believe my PB is at 52:44:48 something in Warpless, so you bought me.
Okay, yeah, then yeah, because yeah, my old PB then would have been like
it was
behind like 15 seconds,
50 something, if I remember.
Yeah, 52:58 I think it was previously. So yeah, it's about 15 seconds like behind yours then, until the new one. So
yeah,
hey. So took 9th place, so that's cool. I mean, this category is way less popular than any percent and 102 for like leaderboards placements, but
yeah,
but
there's a lot of people who run Warpless because, well, I would say 2 reasons: Red Hot Ride and Castle Crush. Let's be honest.
I've heard people make complaints about Red Hot Ride for Warpless and for 102% as well, for why they don't run it. Like people that are like way better than me at the game also like don't even run like 102 for that reason. So but yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed, and yeah, that's it for me for this event. So yeah, thank y'all for having me, and yeah, running 3 games is pretty chill. So
nice run once again, Ryan. Mind if I do a couple of shoutouts?
Pinging me. Whoops. Okay,
no
okay.
Problem.
But yeah, first off, yeah, so I already had the shout out on stream, but if you want to follow, I'm at Ryan_Ford522. Yeah, pretty much all my socials, and for stream content, I pretty much speedrun like whatever I feel like for the most part. I picked up I mentioned during my Mario 64 run, I picked up the game on Christmas, so I've run it for about a month over that like 4-month span of like learning the game. So I hit my goal in 16 stars, so I my short-term goal for 16 star. I do want to come back to it later, but I'm gonna learn 70, so probably gonna stream the whole learning process for 70 stars. So if you're interested in that, then happy to have you. And then aside from that, then yeah, just gonna be grinding Super Metroid probably, and see if I can try to get at least a 42 in that game.
Hey, I wish you good luck on that grind, Ryan.
Hey, thank you. All right, and yeah, if you want to say anything quick, Mark, and then yeah, we'll let them know that we're ready to swap.
Of course. Well, first of all, thank you for the staff at Retrothon and everyone that is behind the scene for also fixing the stream that went down for a little bit. Thank you very much, and thank you for everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the run and the commentary. As always, I always like doing a commentary for the homies.
Much appreciated.
Also, if you would like to learn any of the DKC games, we have our wiki. Check out dkcspeedruns.com. And also, if you would like to join the Speedrun Discord, DKC Speedruns, come join us. Have fun, meme, and have a good time.
Yep.
So I hope you enjoyed this run. Had a lot of fun. Thanks again, Ryan, for letting me commentate. Always appreciated.
Hey, no problem. Thanks again, too.
Yeah, I guess with that, there's like only one thing else to say after DKC Speedruns, and that's rolling out.
Rolling out.
Thanks for watching, everyone.